My name is Tarra Simmons, and I am the proud founding director of the Civil Survival Project in Washington State, which is an organization led by and for formerly incarcerated people, primarily working on reentry issues and collateral consequences. I am also the state representative, the first formerly incarcerated state representative in Washington State. I think that the most pressing and urgent issue right now is political in nature. Mostly it's, how are we going to make progress on sentencing reform in the midst of a minor spike in crime, but one that has been, completely misinformed and miseducated to our communities about the root causes of the spike in crime and what the solutions are. And so we're seeing that throughout the nation right now, where people are really wanting to revert to law and order and longer sentences, when people that have studied this for years and decades, and the research shows that long sentences are not the solution. And that, from both sides of the aisle, people who are actually, studying and looking at the policies know that the solutions are much different than what is being pushed in the media right now. Yeah, so being the first and only formerly incarcerated person in a state legislature has a lot of challenges and opportunities. And some of the work I was most proud about during my first term, I just completed my first term, is I did get the most progressive voting rights law in the nation passed outside of Maine and Vermont, which doesn't take away the voting right. But, as a freshman, to get that through as my first bill was huge. Many legislators wait an entire career to pass something that impactful. And so, as soon as people are released from prison, even if they're on community custody or in work release or in jail, and even if they can't afford their court fines and fees, they can vote. So I was really proud of that. And my current work is oftentimes right now in this environment playing defense, actually, and trying to stop us from reverting to failed policies of the past. It's not as sexy, or people don't really see that, because what I'm doing is a lot of behind the scenes work to make sure that my state does not go backwards right now in these political times. The thing that really sticks out the most to me continues to be my Supreme Court case to become a lawyer. That was, something that not only helped me, but helped so many other people see themselves as lawyers, even if they've been to prison. And I was denied the right to sit for the bar exam and had to appeal to the Washington State Supreme Court. And that was a really, really challenging time for me personally, but I was, really afraid at that time to be so public with the story and to, talk with the media about what I was experiencing, because I was in the middle of, a traumatic experience, to have graduated top of my class and, near the top of my class, and not be able to sit for the bar exam. But we appealed, and the Washington State Supreme Court ruled unanimously in my favor on the same day, which never happens. It usually takes 4 or 5 months, but the justices were pretty upset, and they were pretty validating of me and the level of, the degree that I had rehabilitated or, found my way, and allowed me to become a lawyer. And so that opinion now has been helpful in so many different forms of advocacy and litigation around barriers to different types of employment. It's also paved the way for a lot of other formerly incarcerated law students to become lawyers. And it's probably the thing that I still think is most meaningful about my whole entire story.